welcome to episode 134 of our podcast.
No, we're not doing a song at the beginning. No
My
way.
name is Helen Bauer.
No.
This is Catherine Bohart. We're comedians. We sing.
No, we don't.
We dance.
No, we don't.
act.
Please make it stop.
We act.
We do act.
We
to
do
be
act.
fair, we act. We act up.
Through the fog, step forth the trusty hogs. Yeah, you're gonna give them your problems and they will solve them, or maybe they won't, and that's your problem. They'll have guests and Andrew White on the tech. Oh, it's Helen and Catherine as the Trusty Hogs. Trust the Trusty Hogs, or maybe not.
Hello, welcome to episode 134 of Trusty Hogs, the podcast where we tell you about our perfect lives and we help you solve your listener problems. And today we have, I think, like the biggest guest we've ever had.
I mean, the coolest.
The fucking coolest.
That is
awesome.
such a slam on all our...
No, I stand by it. I can't believe they're on our podcast. I'm so fucking hyped. Today, I'm just going to say, I'm going to spaff it because otherwise I'll keep talking because we just recorded with them. Hannah Gadsby was
It's
here.
Hannah Gadsby. That was
I can't
cool.
fucking believe it.
That was cool.
That was so cool.
I loved it.
I loved it. Oh my God, they're so nice.
I loved it. I mean, I've got thoughts on my social anxiety stuff.
Oh my God, just let them listen to it first. Enjoy.
But we're just going to
But
quickly catch
truly-
you up on what we're doing before we bring Hannah in.
Yeah,
of
exactly.
course.
Don't worry, it won't be long because we want you to get to our guest. But holy
Yeah,
heck.
they'll be skipping ahead at this point.
Oh, undoubtedly people are fast forwarding. They're zooming ahead. They're like thinking, yikes, what did Helen say? And yikes, Catherine must have been stressed. And yikes, did they type out the questions in advance so that they didn't make any mistakes? Yes. Is that obvious on the podcast? Yes. Did they stick to them? No. But did we try? Hell yeah. People are fast forwarding through this, so it's fine. Hello. How are you?
On my period.
Oh, for God's sake, you are always on your period.
I have not been since I've been here.
That
This is the
can't
first
be
one.
true.
This
How
is
come
the
I heard about
first
it
one.
every single day?
Because I've been gearing up to it because I was a couple of days late.
You're gearing up to it from the second it ends, it feels like.
Absolute nightmare. Absolute nightmare.
Why?
Light coloured jeans, didn't bring anything period appropriate really.
Oh,
Just
to wear clothes-wise?
Constantly
Yeah,
at
yeah.
risk. Absolutely. Before my show yesterday, because we're both doing like hour-long shows at the Melbourne Comedy Festival at the moment, like I was like, I don't trust my cup. I don't trust it. So I wedged toilet paper in there.
Yings.
As soon as my show was finished, I went for a drink with a friend who was in the audience and then went straight into the queue to go see
Weren't you
Guy
wearing a cream
Montgomery's
dress?
show. During the day when it started, I was wearing a cream
Okay.
dress because we were at the
That was
pool together
crazy.
and then we went to that rooftop bar, which was amazing.
Oh, Naked for Satan.
Loved
It was
it.
so lush,
Loved
wasn't it? Yeah, it's a gorgeous bar.
But did that thing where you're like, I'm gonna roll up toilet roll and whack it between the lips.
Yikes.
And just like that's just my double protection. During Guy Montgomery's show, which is amazing.
Nathan, our tech, is like a sigh of a man right now. Truly.
No, he's
like,
loving
what-
it. He's
no,
loving it. It's feminism. It's feminism, Nathan.
Is it feminism?
And basically, it's feminism. And I had it wedged in, and I was watching Guy Montgomery's show, and I was like, this is an uncomfortable wedge. But the audience is so full, you don't really have room to like...
You can't open.
No.
Yeah.
So then went to go see Sam Campbell's show, straight from Guy's show.
You're testing that tissue. These are big laughs,
This
guys.
is insane. Oh,
These are big laugh
The tissue
boys.
was being tested. I was
Yings.
howling laughing. And I had to go to the toilet before Sam's. And I was like, this is going to be a peel away. Oh my God, my labia will never be the same.
Oh, gosh.
Never. But I'm okay now.
But sometimes it's nice. You got a free wax at the same time.
So
You know,
much
sometimes
taken
it's
off.
nice. It's nice. That's cheap.
So
Why
much.
not? Yeah,
But
listen.
I've been thriving. I've seen so many nice shows.
I'm so glad. I'm
There's-
so glad. I'm
people are
desperate to see
good.
so many people still. I was going to say something to you. Oh, yeah, which is that a listener sent us a voucher for Fluffy Torpedo. We should go there after.
We're going there straight
Should we
after
go for a
this.
period ice cream?
We have to because we went for ice cream the other day.
Oh, that was lovely.
And it was lovely. I think I made I didn't do the right flavour combination.
What was that place called? That was heaven on earth.
It's round the corner from the Fitzroy public pool.
God, it was good. Sort of like it's got like taps of sauce, and I got this roasted pumpkin and roasted pumpkin. No,
Roasted
that'd be
pumpkin.
awful. Well, no, it was roasted pineapple, brown
and
sugar,
coconut.
and coconut ice cream. Fuck, it was delicious.
That was incredible.
It's
That
actually
one.
the nicest ice cream I've ever had. So Fluffy Torpedo has a lot to. Fluffy Torpedo feels like the name for your perioding vagina.
Ew, Catherine.
I'm not sorry.
Ew.
What? Ew to me. You literally
Ew,
said that the
that's
tissue
the
was a
line.
peel away. Oh
We
my
found
God, fuck
the
you.
line. We
No,
found the
haven't, but
line.
We found the line. No, we haven't. Oh my God, yesterday I had
Go on.
my first alone day.
Oh my God, tell me everything.
Okay, so
You're first? Of course, you're first.
yeah, my first alone day, because Ellen was here for the first 2 weeks, and also I've just been like, there's been so much work to do. I mean, I peeled myself off the bed and went to the show. I wish I hadn't said peeled off. Anyway, I went to my show.
I know the
but
feeling.
I was
It's a
like,
warm country.
It's the first day I was just like, I'm just going to say no to any of it. I'm just like saying no. I'm having a day for Catherine. And the problem is that they're addictive, because now I just want to be in bed watching television, because I watch Baby Reindeer. All I want to do is watch television all day for the next 5 days, but I've got work to do.
I want to see that so bad.
Oh, it's fantastic.
Shout out
but
Richard Gadd.
I shout out Richard Gadd. I'm sure he listens. But I'll say this. First of all, it was heaven. I never give myself permission to just do nothing.
You don't.
I never do. And I'm like, you gotta get out of the flat, blah, 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 blah. But I was just like, you know what? I slept and dozed and ate and mooched and watched. But there is always that tipping point, and it's always the same point where I think, you know, this will be so good for me. I need a day off. But if you don't go outside, as you start to watch the sunset, I find I get weird.
Yeah, obviously.
And the fact that I wasn't outside in the sun at all, I thought it was going to be so good for me. But I think maybe there's a point where I was like, oh, maybe I should have gone for a walk in the daylight. Maybe it wasn't good for me. No, I just mean like when I got to my show, I realized they were the first people, and this is a bad thing sometimes, they were the first people I'd spoken to.
I've done that so many times.
Now, as it happens, it turns out I had a great show because I was desperate to chat.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was like, hey, everybody. And they were like, whoa. Like I was like, how's everyone been? You're the first people I've talked to all day. And they were like, yikes, this woman has no friends.
No, that's my favourite day though. But
actually,
just talking
I did
on stage.
Yeah, and then like to talk but not be interrupted and then head home. Delicious.
It's so, I can't believe that's your first one you've done, because this has been like
So
this is nearly the end of a month.
Yeah.
And that is like, and it's not like you're just like hanging out during the day. We're in like groups. It's like you're on, and it's not like you're in a city that we know a bit now, but we don't know it.
I get quite distrustful of myself when I have a hotel room, because I think if I start at the start by staying in all day, that will be my whole month. Like I'll be alone for the whole thing, and that's all very well and good at a certain point, but I gotta have some guiding principles, like leave the house in the morning, see people, because I am an introvert by nature.
Yeah.
And I would probably get weird. I wouldn't say I haven't got weird, but I've staved off the weird pretty well. And I knew at the end I would be more likely to do it. So I just thought, just wait, because now it's all I want to do. I've like I get complete, like I feel like my social battery's gone now. I've used it and I don't have anything to recharge it with. I'm like, I've had a lovely time. But you would never see your friends every day at home.
I have like chill days in London. Like Sunil's like, what's today? And I'm like, chill day. And it's like, don't really talk to anyone. I just watch TV. I just lounge around. I potter.
I never really do that. I'm realizing while I'm here, I'm quite a rigid person. Like I have like real routines. And I'm very
chill day is a routine.
But I'm very severe with myself when I don't, you know, like I haven't gotten used to the fact that I'm not really working here. Like I just haven't been able to. There's like it feels like London doesn't exist when I'm in Australia. I don't know why. It's so weird to have no object permanence. I just really feel like, I think I've said this already, but I keep getting emails being like, people keep emailing Catherine. How weird. Catherine doesn't exist. Catherine's in the upside down. And so, but I'm really not able to get balance. I'm either working too much or telling myself that I'm a shit for not working. Like I never get to take a day off without guilt. How do you do that?
I mean, I might feel guilty, and then if I feel super guilty, then I just do some work.
God, you're smart. But then I would always work all the time, which I kind of do usually.
Do you feel guilty all the time then if you're not working?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tricky then. Because I think I think I'm able to reward myself more maybe than you are naturally.
I got to get better at treats.
But it's also like, it's good for your long-term health.
You're right.
To like take a day off.
But then I procrastinate. So what I'll do is like give myself like, if I just do this one thing, I can take the day off, and then I'll spend the whole day not doing it and then just feel like shit all day. Why do I do that? What's that about?
That's just life. You procrastinate. But I think this idea that you have to be, if you're not doing something, then you're doing nothing. Like, but it's okay to do nothing.
Yeah.
Like
I really grew up in one of those houses that was like, you know, like if you weren't up at like, if you came downstairs at like 9:30, people were like, afternoon.
Yeah.
And you're like, fucking, you know, like really like like,
Oh my God, I so know what you mean.
sitting watching the telly wasn't like a legitimate thing. It was like, we do all the things first and then we will reward ourselves with the television in the evening if we've done like enough things. But like, it was always described as like sitting around. You're just going to sit around
My
all
parents
day.
were so funny about the TV, and I was the TV addict in my household.
Yeah, me
Like my
too.
sister would watch like a film or something.
Yeah.
And my brother would watch it every now and again, but I would be like, I love TV.
Yeah, me
but I still
too.
love it here. I'm at the biggest like arts festival in probably like this side of the world.
Yeah.
And what have I done so far? I've watched the Beckham documentary.
Is it good? Is it good? Is it good?
It's so good.
Heaven on earth, heaven on earth. I watched all of Girls 5 Eva, all 3 seasons.
So's Olga.
Oh,
She's
I've
been
loved
watching
it.
Girls 5
I've
Eva.
absolutely loved it.
I've had Schitt's Creek on in the background.
Heaven on earth, yeah.
I'm reading my book. It's good. And also it's just timed for your brain to mull it over.
Yeah.
Also, like, the people here are amazing, but they're not disappearing at the end of the month. They still exist past it.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Do you feel guilty about taking the day off yesterday, like, in retrospect, or are you happy?
Yeah,
you
I
did it?
always feel, I mean, I feel bad about the whole month. Like, I haven't done enough, blah, blah, blah. Like, hello, welcome to my brain.
But the job here is to go on stage each night. And I've got a to-do list that I wrote on the plane coming out here of what I was going to get done whilst I was in Melbourne.
too.
And it was like things like record Trusty Hogs episodes and do Trusty Hogs
you put
live.
achievable goals on.
Open my show, but I also put on some things like write a full script treatment for this, write 15 pages of this. They haven't happened.
Yeah.
But then what I do is I cross out to do before end of Melbourne on the
Right.
to-do list, and I change it
Sydney.
to do end of Brisbane, let's say.
My Sydney has suddenly become packed.
How?
You won't see me because I'll be working.
But we're not doing Hogs in the day. We're not recording episodes. So
No,
that's
we're doing a
one thing.
live.
We've got a
in
live?
Sydney. I'm so excited. I fucking loved the live Melbourne.
It was really
They
good.
were
wasn't it?
legends.
Wasn't it so
Also,
fun?
shout out to the Melbourne audiences on your boundaries. Love it, love it, love it. I don't know whether or not, like, we've talked about it more recently, but like everyone's like gives Helen a hug and then like nods to me, and I adore them for it. Everyone's very like, we've talked for enough time now. Peace out. I love him. I love him. I love him. I love him.
We loved it.
Yeah, real good eggs. Real good eggs.
I'm glad I
And-
got to do my song and dance routine as well.
Oh Jesus, yeah, you certainly did that.
If you're a patron, obviously you can witness it and see it in full. But it was the most.
Oh, yeah,
I'm
all of our
excited
live
for
episodes
Sydney
go on
Live.
Patreon. Me too. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped.
I met
Also-
someone yesterday who's coming to the Sydney Live. I was on the street having a drink with my friend, and they were just like, Helen Bauer, and I was like, yeah. And you know, when you're like, oh, do I know them? Do I know them? Do I know them?
I know, so
And
stressful.
he was like, I saw you in Sydney last year. I'm coming to Trusty Hogs Live next week. I was like,
Oh, that's
way.
heaven on earth. Oh my God. In the most Irish incident ever. I had a gorgeous show the other night, and then this girl came up to me afterwards and she was like, hi, I'm your parents' neighbour's daughter. And I was like, of course you are. Oh, and your dad's doing my sister's wedding in a few months. I was like, of course he is. Ireland never change.
that's
You can't go anywhere. You can't go
crazy.
anywhere without running into us.
But
Like,
that's nice though.
I know,
isn't it?
every time.
All
Every
done
time.
with love.
Oh my God, it was heaven on earth. And she was such a nice audience member. And also we sent a picture to our parents and they were both like, oh my God.
Okay, you have got faster.
Oh yeah, I know. Sorry.
That was incredible.
I spent a day alone. I spent a day alone. So the only person I'm talking to is myself. And sure, I have an Irish accent.
But you do talk out loud to yourself, which is nice.
I do. But I do that when there's people.
But you're going to take a day off in Sydney as well. I think
Yeah, I want to do that walk with you and Olga from Bondi to...
I mean a day off.
Yeah, the walk to... That's a day off for me is walking.
Yeah.
Bondi to... What's it called?
Coogee.
Nice.
Coogee Beach. It looks really lovely.
What's the food that... Kedgeree? What's Kedgeree?
Kedgeree? That's a UK thing.
Isn't that
That's
like...
smoked haddock or mackerel, I think.
In
like
potato?
rice and stuff.
Oh, in rice?
I think so. That's how my mum made it. Kedgeree.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's called Coogee Beach.
Coogee Beach.
But you should do a
I'm
day in
excited.
Sydney as well. I'm going to do that. Because some people here are like, oh, the show's nearly finished, but we're still on tour. Like, you're going back to the UK to do tour.
I'm
and
starting
I've
a
got
tour.
another... I've got another 3 weeks of touring in Australia.
Yeah. It is funny, everyone being like, it's almost finished. And I'm looking at you like, 5 more weeks, bitch. 5 more weeks. Have a great time. Love you. Bye. But I realize I'm going home and I have a job the day after I land. And,
No.
And,
Oh my God, what is it? Do I know?
no, but I'll tell you after. Guys,
Oh my God, I have to know.
put a pin in it. Remind me, because the lesbians will want to know what I'm doing when okay, we'll circle
The
back to
lesbians, fuck the lesbians. I want to know now.
Put a pin in it. I'll tell you when it's happened.
Okay, let's just bring on our guest then.
Okay, fine.
Okay,
Please,
and then you tell me.
Please, welcome to the... That's a terrible... All we've said so far is I'm
They're
having
amazing. They're amazing. You're going to love them. It's the incredible
Hannah Gadsby! me, Catherine Bohart, and I'm going on tour. My show is called Again with Feelings. And oh my gosh, you guys, I would absolutely love if you bought a ticket in advance because people keep sending me emails about the places that aren't selling well and it's very stressful. So I'm doing MacFest in Wales. I'm doing Brighton, Aldershot, Edinburgh, Glasgow, York, Newcastle, Norwich, Winchester, Cambridge, Oxford, Bath, Birmingham, Manchester, Leeds, Liverpool. I'm now doing Bolton. We're adding Bolton. Sheffield, Exeter, Corsham, Bristol, Coventry, Guildford, Portsmouth, Swindon, Dublin, and then I'm back in London. But the point is, I have a lot of tickets to sell, and I'm not really sleeping. So grab a ticket. Hey, grab a ticket at catherinebohart.com. You'd go, wouldn't you, Helen?
I've been. I loved it.
Have you been?
Leicester.
Oh, you went to a work in progress. Yes, that's true. But it's going to be better than that even, I hope.
And also, you're going to have the best time in Bolton. It's my favourite accent in the UK. Bolton. Hello.
I guess I'll find out what it is when I get there. Yeah. Please come to the tour.
Welcome to the podcast. It's Hannah Gadsby.
Gadsby, how are you?
Oh, great. The level of enthusiasm here is admirable.
Is it? We're trying. This is genuinely us trying to be demure when actually we're freaking out. We're so excited. Mainly, I'm hyped because there's a dog in the studio. I'm no offense, but I'm so excited that there's a dog. What kind of dog do we have in the studio, please?
It is a Lagotto Romano.
Wow,
fancy. I know.
Wait, a what?
Lagotto Romano.
It sounds like a fancy coffee.
It could be. It is. She is. They are.
Thank you. Thank you, Hannah. Actually, sorry. Thank you. About time, actually. Good.
I don't know. Italian water dog. Truffle hunter.
She's freaking gorgeous and she's being so good.
A water dog?
She got webbed feet. Guess little swims.
Stop it. Seriously? We're
I
so
did not know those existed.
I regret telling the truth.
Yeah, you really could have said anything. Like breathes underwater. We'd have been like,
Can I tell you about my favourite dog?
Please.
My friend Emma Colpus, when I was younger, had a big golden retriever, morbidly obese, gorgeous thing.
They never know when to stop eating.
Never knew. And the family were like, here we go.
Still hungry.
And this dog, they were eating so much exercise, and we would take it on a walk, and after 6 steps, it would lie down and it knew the direction home and would not be fooled. And it was just amazing. So confident in its own lack of abilities.
I really respect that. My godparents had a giant golden retriever called Cisco, who was a very, very enthusiastic barbecue attendee who would also just chase around being like, please feed me, please feed me, please feed me. Like he was starving when also quite an overweight dog. Oh, they're so good.
We've done this thing with Nona, whereas we don't give her any human food and she's a little bit clueless.
Oh, you're so smart. See, the thing is, my brother has a tiny chihuahua who rules the roost, and Pip gets made his dinner every day and eats things like salmon and rice for dinner. And it's like, well, then you're on the hook forever.
I can't even manage that for myself.
Do you know what I mean?
That's just, I struggle to make myself a wholesome meal. That sounds like something I should eat.
Completely reasonable. Yeah. Peter will be like, my brother will be like eating a pizza while feeding the dog scrambled eggs, and you're like, how has this happened? How has this occurred? Yeah, it's impressive. I guess that's love. Oh my God, she's so cute. I must stay focused. Right, we are in Melbourne, the beautiful city that is. You live here?
I do.
Any recommendations? We only have a week left. What should we absolutely do?
Well, I feel like you might be busy with the festival.
It's an hour a day.
Yeah, but it is it?
No, emotionally, it's 25 hours a day.
How long does it, the ramp up to your show? Do you start just going, I can't do anything else?
15 minutes before.
15 minutes before. What about
God,
you?
no, I'm like, my show's at 7:25. Realistically, from 4:30, I'm a wreck.
Is this new information to you? Are you both shocked by your answers?
No, that bit's completely right.
Consistent feedback?
Yeah. What about you?
Ooh, didn't get any.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so sorry. Hannah went to...
For the benefit of the listener, Hannah went to drink some water and Catherine was like, we're chatting. We're having family time.
But it's also half empty, so you can't, a sip is...
You're not sipping from the top. There's a delay.
I had to really... And I didn't get that. I got it at 45 degrees. And
no, I want you to have this. Me and Catherine were talking. What's your plan for Christmas?
Well, no, I'm not going to talk about Christmas. What I will say is this. You can drink this. Is that during my show, I have one of those twisty bottles. And because I talk so
Time's up.
fast...
Go.
No, because I talk so fast during my shows, the break to unscrew the water bottle feels like it wouldn't on anybody else's show. So interminable that everyone's like, please, Jesus, say something. So I never get to drink any water.
Well, usually have a bottle of water with a little sippy straws.
Oh, you're clever.
No, because then...
A pro.
Well, kind of. But then you have to do that in front of people.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just like, I'm like, great, I'm so clever. And it is like for the environment, don't mind if I do it. And it's like... and it's like it always just looks so juvenile every time. But this year, I've said Jenny is setting it up, and my producer and I said, we're in the arts centre this year. Let's have glasses.
Yeah, live a little.
Yeah, and then she said, well, which glass do you want? And there were two options, and I couldn't decide. So she put both of them on the chair. It's like, yeah, I'll just... And then I made myself make that decision I couldn't do alone.
That's so impressive.
In front of... No, I can't. I don't drink on stage. There's just two glasses. Every time I go to have a drink, I'm like, I don't know which glass to have it out of.
Really? I thought the panic would force you into doing a decision. That's so ridiculous.
I just walk over and I'm like, oh, I can't.
No, you... Seriously.
We need to find a solution to
Yeah,
that.
that's crazy.
That is unsustainable to dehydrate yourself on stage every day for an hour because you're looking at two glasses.
Not least because you put a riddle on stage. What is
Someone
that?
needs to make a choice on your behalf at that point.
What happens if you do drink one? Does a door open? Does a trap door go?
We'll never know.
Wow.
I'll do it the last night, I guess.
That's such a pity. That's such a pity, but I also understand the stress of it.
Do you know there are some, and I haven't done a full survey, but it's only guys I know of that do this.
Okay.
They brag. This is like, I never drink water on stage.
That feels like a male comment.
My audience doesn't pay to see me drink, and I'm like, I don't think they care.
But also, those men definitely drink beer on stage.
Right.
Like they 1000% drink beer on stage, but they don't pay to see me drink. Good Lord. Wow.
Do you ever get the like, you're like, I don't want water, but you put a fizzy drink on stage and then you have to deal with the gas?
Oh, no, I've never.
No, me neither. I wouldn't.
No.
That'd be stupid.
Helen's the act I've seen burp most on stage.
I'm like gurgling.
Yeah.
Like from acid reflux sometimes on stage.
She always eats too late. This is the burden of also being 15 minutes. Yeah.
So you have like a full 3-course.
Full, not
20
3-course
minutes.
meal. I say 2 small dinners.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
one
I
full
get it.
burrito, 1 Hungry Jacks.
Yeah, I get it.
And then, but I'm like, oh, it's all right because it's like the adrenaline will take over the over fullness. And then I end up like gurgling.
That's not what adrenaline is.
But adrenaline, no.
Please.
Adrenaline removes everything else from your body because you can have a cold and then you go on stage and you don't sneeze.
It's called Dr. Floodlights, but that's not. It doesn't remove
Dr.
stuff.
who?
Floodlights.
Oh, they say Dr. Theatre in the UK. Dr.
Oh,
Floodlights.
floodlights. No, that's roo shooting. No, footlights. Footlights. Oh man.
Doctor, that's roo shooting. No, stop. I'm not going to be judged, okay, by someone who just said, oh no, that's roo shooting because I eat too late before my meal.
I just loved the idea of floodlights. I was like, wow, Hannah's playing much bigger gigs than me. They're like, well, that'll be the floodlights will sort me out. Wow, okay.
We're a drive-in movie theatre. Dr. Floodlight. No, but I feel like you don't get ill on stage, right? It's like I can have really bad hay fever and then be on stage and I'm not like sneezing and scratchy.
I haven't had this experience, but maybe because my adrenals are just...
What's adrenal?
It's where your adrenaline
The
comes
glands.
from.
Oh, right, yeah.
This is fascinating. I'm enjoying this interaction.
I'm a nice person, but not very bright.
I feel a kinship.
Oh, wait, are you not very bright either?
No, I'm not a very nice person.
Oh, right.
No, I'm joking. No, I struggle with my intelligence. Okay.
I think that you're both smart, but I can see how the gaps meet each other.
Yeah.
And that's a fascinating
So
interaction.
many holes.
So many holes.
No, okay. So I do understand the cold. I don't understand, like, when you're feeling a bit, and hangovers. It's a great cure for hangovers.
Yeah.
But not food that's physically sitting in your belly.
Yeah.
And then,
that's
also a wisdom tooth. I had a wisdom tooth,
Ow.
impacted wisdom tooth on stage. The floodlights didn't get rid of that.
No, I'll bet they wouldn't. Jesus.
Brake lights, no good.
No.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
I had a broken leg.
Yeah, fuck you.
That
Did you do shows with a broken leg?
Yeah, that didn't help.
Did you have to sit
No.
down?
I was in a wheelchair for some of it.
See-
And raked seating. I know the rake stage was. Have you ever been just slightly?
Yeah, so you're
inclined
slightly
for-
wheeling down.
Yeah.
No, you weren't. No, stop it.
Yeah, in Glasgow.
fucking joke.
And it's like, and then they, and we were just doing a sound check, and they're like, I said, this feels a little tense. Because, yeah, I didn't want to put the brakes on, because you have to have, I feel
have
obliged
some
to have
movement.
movement, yeah.
Yeah, I understand.
But then I'd like do a bit of gesticulation and just drift forward. And then there was, they said, no, there's like a little board at the front. So it's like flat stage and then just like a little.
What kind of reassurance is to be like, no, there's
And
a
I'm
natural
like,
break?
so the wheelchair will stay on stage.
Yeah.
And then there was a net there because it was the orchestra pit. And the net was there not for me, but for the magician. Who was the magician, Jenna? Darren Brown was on.
Like the same venue as Darren Brown?
Not a magician, a mentalist, and we must remember.
yeah.
Yeah, let's be
Sorry.
respectful, please.
Who are we being
Let's be
respectful of?
respectful.
Darren.
Of men. I
Okay.
was going to say of magicians.
I thought ghosts. Are they in here? Where are we going with this? Oh yeah, it was there because when he hypnotizes people,
Yeah.
they can sometimes fall off, and so it was there for them. Yeah,
Wow.
And I just imagine
people
just-
are straight people are crazy.
aren't they?
They're wild.
They're wild.
The stuff they get
Thank
up
you.
to. You're mad. Hey,
Are you
okay.
straight?
Yeah.
Oh, you're mad.
Why?
I don't know. I was just following.
All right.
What's the gang up though, eh? We
Why?
never get to do this. It's fun. Come on, let us have it. Okay, so you won't tell us what to do in Melbourne. What about this?
I don't do anything. What sort of things do you like to do? I don't.
I
didn't
guess I
really
just thought-
spend
I
much
thought you'd
time.
have
I
like
just tried
a-
to have a drink.
Do you have like a favourite place to eat or drink?
Oh,
But then you don't want to tell people because ultimately
Oh, that's true.
they'll go to them.
Oh yeah.
How about this instead? How about you tell us, because this one's quite useful and it's the last week of the festival, where would you say is the best place for a public cry?
This is an interesting question.
Thank you.
I don't cry.
Right.
Only time I cry is on an aeroplane.
I understand I'm not a big crier, but I have this thing with my girlfriend where if I think an ordinary person would be crying, I say crying.
You start crying?
No, I say crying.
You say crying.
So,
What?
because I'm...
Wait,
I don't know.
what?
Paint a picture.
I'll explain again. I have
He's Irish. riddles.
OCD. No, I have OCD, so I'm on quite like strong anti-anxiety antidepressants. And often I feel like where if I were not medicated, I would be crying.
Okay.
But I can't cry. So I'll say crying.
You'll say the word out loud.
I'll say like I would, so that she knows that like I would be crying.
It's like this.
That's so frightening. I'm sorry.
No, because can I say why?
Well, I was just like maybe a few words around it, or you just like
Well,
crying.
we have shorthand now because,
Yeah.
but like I guess I feel like
It's like when I say dog. I'm not a
yeah.
dog.
Except that
I'd be a dog if I could.
oh my god, me too. The dream
That's the
life,
difference
the
is
fucking
you're
dream
saying
life.
dog, but you're not dogging.
Yeah, and that is important.
How do you know?
Very specific. And you know what? Live your life.
Yeah,
And I've always
thanks.
said
Wow,
that.
I really thought this would be more easily understandable, and now I feel exposed.
No, I think it's
Um,
just that crying on a plane is like scientifically more likely to happen. Like
How? What's the
apparently you
science?
are more emotional in that air
That
pressure.
altitude.
No, it must be physiological. I refuse to believe I'm more emotional.
I read something.
It
I
has
once
to
Googled
be.
it. I once Googled it on my life because I cry every single flight.
That is not a trump card.
On my life, I Googled it. On my life, I Googled it. Hannah, please. Hannah, please. I really love and respect you. I need you to like this theory.
Hannah, is it not a trump card?
You do. Because, like, right, you watch Marley and Me on Earth and you get emotional. You get in the air, you will not breathe.
No.
You will, and you will get a face rash from crying.
No, do you know the sequel to Marley and Me? It's just called Me.
Oh my god, even the dog's upset about the movie.
I know, it's triggering to Nuna. But no,
That's the most awful thing I've ever heard. The sequel to Marley and Me is called Me.
Is it? Oh god, that's tragic.
works as a
That's maybe-
synopsis for the first film too.
Nuna.
But I cried watching Marley and Me over someone's shoulder, no sound.
No, stop it.
So they were watching it on their little screen, and I'm just like,
Did you not feel like a real pervert?
And it's not. No, it was as the film started. I've never seen the film, but I know it happens. Like, there's no starring dog in a film that doesn't die except Benji, except he's dead now.
Beethoven.
You're so right. Oh, Beethoven.
He does all right by the end.
He does, but there's lots of different dogs in there.
Oh no! It was like
Oh,
Babe,
gosh.
and they went through like so many
It's a
different
lie.
pigs.
It's a lie.
Milo and Otis. Do you remember? Did you have a Milo and Otis film?
No. What's
That was the sort of. It was a bad film when I was a kid. It was like a cat and a pug just go on like a journey. And
Wait, I would love this.
No,
Why
but
did I lower notice?
It's real wild. It's a wild film, but it's so clearly not made under the auspices of animal protection.
Oh
Like,
no!
There is.
Oh no!
There is a scene where like a cat gets cornered on the top, with these birds are like, coming and pecking at it,
sweet
and it's
Jesus.
like, oh, I'm at a cliff. I don't have any other option. And then cut to the camera's at the bottom of the cliff.
No.
And there's a cat. Like they threw a cat over a cliff to get that shot. Like it is a wild.
Still want to watch
Maybe
it.
it was
Not
a
proud of
stunt
myself.
cat. Maybe it was a stunt. You don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe it had trained.
I looked
Doubt
it up
it.
once
Oh, okay.
on
On your life, you Googled it?
On my life, I Googled it.
That's not the Trump card you think it is.
You tell them. Gosh. Well, you had a question about Neil, didn't you, Helen? And there are no segues at this podcast, but that's all right. Go on.
We've never had someone from Tasmania on the podcast.
No, but I lived in Tasmania before Neil made himself
But
known.
you know the community and you know the world.
I do know that world.
The listener might not, so please explain.
I also know that who wouldn't play with
Neil.
traffic cones?
Okay, so for anyone who doesn't know, there's a seal that lives in Tasmania called Neil, and completely unaware that they're a seal, genuinely believe full human. They come onto land every day, they play with traffic cones, they go up to people's houses, they knock on the door, they ruin their cars, they ruin the garage doors. My sister is literally obsessed. I get like 5 different updates about Neil throughout the day. Like, we are fully into this little adorable fuck. And every single night now, the police on Tasmania have to go and like
Is this
scream.
still happening?
Yeah,
I thought he got
it's insane.
removed. Where's he been put now?
He's being put back in the water each night, but they've given up in the day. They're like, you know what? He'll do what he wants to do. But in the evening, these Tasmanian police are like, right, Neil, it's bedtime. Back you go. And it's so freaking good.
I know this.
But did you ever like have seals coming up into your house when you were little?
No.
Oh, what?
I was from the northwest coast, so the seals hang around the colder parts of Tasmania, which is the south, or now Hobart. We had, what did we have?
Quackers.
That's Western Australia. Oh, Rottnest Island.
Kangaroos.
Paddy melons.
What are paddy melons?
Yeah.
I feel
Not what
I
you
feel
think they
I
are,
feel
yeah.
that feels xenophobic.
That's a little. No, they're like sort of little kangaroos, tiny kangaroos. Like I feel like kangaroo.
That's so cute.
Australia is full of kangaroos. It's like there's
Yeah, no,
the
we
big
know-
kangaroo, and then there's like a Russian doll
Of
of
kangaroos
all the way
like
down
penguins,
to mice.
like fairy kangaroos,
Yeah.
all the way down to mice. Are mice and kangaroos the same?
No,
Okay.
but we have native kangaroos that are so little and they hop around, and you're like, that's got to be a mouse, and it's like,
Stop it.
You just killed a marsupial. No, I've never done that, but nope, have
You
not
said
done
roo
that.
shooting
I
earlier.
didn't I? I've never been roo shooting.
Is roo shooting a genuine thing?
Yeah. I'm
Why?
from that part of the world, where they get the trucks and the floodlights, Dr. Floodlights, and go roo shooting. I've never done it, don't like it. It makes me uncomfortable, but it is part of my world.
If anybody's watching on the YouTube, feel free to go back and watch my dead eyes, as I didn't know what roo shooting was earlier, but laughed along, and now watch the penny drop. They're
did you
killing
think?
kangaroos.
Yeah, what did you think it was?
I don't know. I just thought it was like a farming thing,
Yeah.
which I guess it is. But
Yeah.
fuck you. They cull them.
Well, in some places, yeah, look,
Are there no
I'm
laws
not in
against
charge.
it? Okay,
I don't think you can do it willy-nilly. I
Right.
think that, I don't know.
it depends on the personality
It's
of
just
the
a
room.
thing bogans do sometimes, but that was back in the day.
Oh,
There
I
might
thought
be.
they boxed the kangaroos.
Yeah, they do that too.
I've seen those
Yeah,
videos on
No,
YouTube.
they don't.
They went around my school when we were younger. They were like, have you seen what's happening in Australia? And it's just these absolute units of guys going like, here we go. And they're just drunk. And the kangaroos probably a bit drunk as well. And
Kangaroos
they're
are
like,
built too.
they are like,
They're stacked. Yeah, they're stacked. I
like,
mean, not
yeah,
the
yeah,
tiny
yeah.
mice one apparently, but oh my gosh, that's intense. But you used to go to this place and the seal place in the UK.
yeah, well, my family are very passionate about seals because there's a
I'm picking up on
sanctuary.
this. Yeah.
There's a sanctuary.
Where's this from? Like, who invented this in your family?
What, the passion for seals?
Yeah, and everyone's just sort of got
I
on
think
board.
my sister's a very strong force in our family,
Yeah,
and
right.
she's very passionate about animals. So
Yeah.
now we all are.
Yeah,
as
that's
well.
great. That's great.
So we, she's
Glad
obsessed.
she didn't get into drugs.
I know, God,
What a relief. What a relief.
she'd kill us all.
Yeah.
She, there's a Cornish seal sanctuary
Love it already.
where they Really? Okay. Well, okay. They've had a couple of losses recently, but they take in they take in seals who have been injured, and they keep them and they rehabilitate them and then release them again. But some of the seals are so injured that they put them in the tank called the unreleasables, which
Just mangled seals floating.
so mangled.
I want to go here.
Traumatic brain injuries.
Will you take me there when I'm in the UK?
I would
We would
love
be
to.
honoured.
Yeah,
we
I'd
would
love
be
to see
honoured.
it. I
It's
wanna-
actually
Just lost
ridiculous.
Diego and Ray.
I believe
rest in
that's
peace.
where I would be.
What, in the
No,
unreleasable
behave.
tank?
Well, I've had a lot of medical interventions as a human that fixed me up, but I don't imagine, like, you know,
Hannah,
I've
you'd
been
love
hit
it.
by 5 cars. I'd be in there.
You'd love it.
Yeah,
At what point is it the cars that are hitting you and not the other way around? Is it 3? Is it 4 cars?
4.
Yeah, I think there's a point at which you have to be like, you have an issue with cars.
I'm cycling, so I maybe don't have a great. It's just odds. It's just odds. It's the odds.
Yeah, okay. Wow, those are some bad odds.
Yeah.
Yikes.
So, you know.
Do you drive?
Now,
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't for
makes
a long
sense.
time. I didn't for a long time.
What age were you when you got your driver's license?
32?
I was 35. I got it last year.
Yeah, well done.
Thank you so
Congratulations.
much.
Are you a
Thank
good
you.
driver?
No.
You are. I think
Okay.
you are.
Well-
Just what a roller coaster.
I can't drive, so I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, I can move the car, which Helen can't, but I recently reversed into a parked car. Whose fault was it? Who's to say? I was rushing, it came out of nowhere. It was stressful, but I called my dad, and he was very excited to be sort of back in the dad mode.
Yeah.
Which, because you don't really call your dad unless it's a car crash, do you?
I don't. Can I tell you more about the seals, please?
Fair. Yikes. I see that was a crazy question to ask.
No, my dad died.
I'm
Just
sorry.
died, so I've just made
I'm
it.
so sorry.
That's why I paused. I'm like, I shouldn't just go, Dad's dead, because it would be funny to me, but then I'd put that, but I'd already put that feeling in the room. So then I
Then
just,
I'd laugh and it would be an absolute
we can cut the part where I mentioned dad.
so,
I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. He was not great with cars.
Okay, and
He used
also
to do a thing called a technical tap. The car would break down and
Yeah.
he'd just go and just get a wrench and tap the starter motor. And sometimes it would work. It worked enough times.
it worked-
Feel right.
It worked enough times for us to believe in magic.
holy shit, it worked sometimes.
Yeah, but not enough for us to feel confident.
But was he turning the car off and then turning it back on in order to do that?
Yeah, and then you just get out. Yeah, we had a wrench in the glove box.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to get a wrench for my glove
I
box.
don't know. Yeah, this was an old car. I think there's a lot more different stuff goes wrong with a car
All
these days.
respect to your dead dad, but that doesn't feel right. I
No.
don't think you can just tap
No.
something with a wrench and be like, we're all good.
It worked.
It works. A starting motor. It's a thing.
Wow. I definitely want to take you to the
It's
seal
a-
sanctuary now.
Yeah, please.
I feel like you might.
Well, yeah. Now that we know your
The unreleasable.
dad's dead, we've got to take you to the seal sanctuary. I'm so
Where do you,
You
take
can
off
buy
a nanny?
merch for all the unreleasables to support them.
Can you?
They've got their own line of like mugs, magnets,
magnets,
tea
I like
towels.
magnets.
It's
Oh my God, Helen's
I
obsessed
collect
with
fridge
magnets.
magnets.
Do you?
How many do you have?
I don't have enough to have this conversation.
Like it's I wish I knew that. I would have brought you an unreleasable seal fridge magnet. There's one called Marlon that just lies there. He's blind and he cannot stop dribbling for the life of him. Bless him. Oh God, he's good. And the
Has he
stories.
tried dribbling? There aren't
They,
they always
no,
wet?
it's clear when they're not in the water.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But they will have their like stories, and they're like, oh, like he got hit by a boat, and it's like, no, this sweet seal ran into a boat, 100% full pelt.
I wonder if we put them on stage, they'd clear up.
100%.
Under
Are
the,
you saying that all of the clans are broken people?
Yeah, under but the footlights.
Under the oh my God, of course, that'd be Dr. Theatre would fix the seals. That'd be heaven.
Doesn't it also feel like so Australian to be like, they'd clear up? They've got significant mental and emotional health problems. These are genuine traumatic brain injuries. They'd clear up.
That'd clear it right up.
They'd really make a killing. They'd make a
for me.
killing.
My PTSD's gone.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I sometimes think I don't have depression anymore, and then I get depressed again.
Yeah, but it's only on stage. You're like, I'm not depressed.
Right?
Really?
I don't know.
Interesting. We have all these serious questions we said we were going to ask you. Let's fly through a few. How do Australian audiences compare to the UK? I have an opinion on this now that I've been here a month, but what do you think?
I think, well, I think we'd have very different ideas because being from a place helps.
Yeah.
But I sort of also think maybe Australian audiences don't want you to fail as much.
That's very interesting. That is so interesting. UK
For
audiences.
some reason, that felt like a judgment.
No, but they do feel like I think they do take themselves as sort of kingmakers, UK audiences.
Yeah.
They'll decide.
Which is
that's
fine.
so
We can
interesting.
work around all
That's
different
not
types.
fucking fine. Are you kidding? When I go back to the UK, go out thinking that they all want me to fail.
A little bit, but once you get there, they're fine. But it's just that sort of like, you know, think you're funny? I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah.
Whereas Australians are just like, oh my God, I'm already laughing.
I think that's the difference between Irish and English audiences too. Irish people are like, well, right now, let's have a good time. English people are like, we'll see.
Let's colonise this space.
Yeah, we'll let you know.
We did such a good job doing that. Don't say we weren't good at it though.
Come on
You know,
now.
it wasn't
Come
right,
on
but
now.
my God.
Come
also
on
remember
now.
that I'm not full English. I'm half German, so I'm half clean. So like, I'm not going to get fully dropped into that mess.
So
okay?
did you just, what?
I'm just like, I'm not full English. I don't want you to be
Did
like.
you just drop Germany into that to make it
Yeah.
better?
Oh, you heard right.
Huh?
It doesn't make any sense, but it was what you heard. I think. I will say this, and I don't know if you will agree, and maybe it's a controversial, but we're leaving soon. So, but I think there feels like when men don't like my act here, they're furious.
Oh, I don't perform in front of many men these days. So,
Yeah, they've sort of cold.
You've made it.
They self-cold.
But that's what I was going to say. Is they have self-cold for me in the UK.
Yeah.
But where they come in the UK, they'll occasionally be like, well, this is an accident, but a happy one nonetheless. Or like, not for me. But here, they're so mad at me.
Are they?
Yeah,
I'm
they're
sorry about that.
furious. They're
Wow.
furious. But I kind of
How
find
do
it.
you know this?
Their faces, the words they say during my show, the messages they send me afterwards. It's like an anger I haven't sensed in a while.
What sort of anger? Like, what words are they wrapping around?
Well, this has often been the case for me for stand-up, which is that like, maybe because of how I present, there's a point where like half an hour in, men will be like, well, the lady's been talking a long time now. I should probably talk. She's probably going to need some help. But I've had two men interrupt me with basically like how much they hated the show. And then,
What, during the show?
oh yeah. One man took an opportunity of a setup I did to be like, basically like, I was hoping you'd stop talking. And but his wife messaged me the next day to apologize, which is never a great sign when you have to write that message. You think, oh gosh, pack a bag, my love. But she sent a message that said, don't worry, my husband liked most of your show, which is so funny because it's like, oh, you actually think I care about the wrong thing here. But I guess I just sense like a sort of like I guess I'm like, what's up with Australian men? There's like a feverish sort of rage that I haven't detected in a while. And I was wondering if, well, I don't know why I'm asking you.
Yeah.
I'm the last person to know what's up with Australian men.
I've not found that. That's insane.
Is this depressing? Shall we go back to Seals?
What time is your show?
7:25.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a late one.
No.
I don't know.
They come in hot.
What's your flyer? Like,
It's like very like
are they picking up the wrong thing?
That's what I keep thinking. I'm like, the show's like woman, queer, talking about queer woman stuff.
What's the name of your show?
Again with feelings.
Yeah,
So
I
like
don't
truly,
know.
you know what I mean? Like it's not like bro.
No.
That's my show. It's
yeah.
wonderful.
How do Australian men treat you?
They bloody love it.
Yeah.
I'm just getting sprayed. They're hosing me down.
Stop
They're having a
it.
great time. I'm just like, thank you for having me in your country.
I've got to get a
I'm getting about
hose.
9 in the night. It's been quite humbling.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just wondered if you felt like that was a.
Are there
that true?
there is a cross section of Australian men who have a seething anger.
think
Probably unresolved trauma from World War One.
World War One.
World War One.
Yeah, we just haven't dealt with it. It's rolled over from that.
Christ. Okay, so it's really not about me.
Generational trauma of World War One
Yeah.
is still affecting Australian
Pretty
men.
much. Yeah.
I feel like that's less about me than great.
Yeah.
Okay, woo.
Yeah. Was
Phew.
Was
Okay,
Australia
great.
in World War One?
We were the shit before the shovel. As you say.
Were you actually? How?
Boats, I guess.
That's a lot of boating.
Yeah.
It's a long way to go.
Oh yeah.
What side were you on?
Oh, and that's how we got here. The white one.
What side were you on?
The English.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Slay.
Yeah.
Well, but indeed,
we
they
did.
did.
We got-
Yeah.
I didn't know you guys did World War One.
Yeah.
I'm so into World War One and World War Two.
So into that you didn't know that the Australians were.
You don't get mentioned.
Turkey.
If I'm
Anzac.
honest.
Yeah, but that's because you're English.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We talk about ourselves all the time.
Yeah. Everybody else talks about themselves, and you guys only talk about yourselves.
Do you want to hear my favourite thing about World War One and World War Two? So they were like, oh, we can only have like tall men. And they were like, we need to have them all over like 5'9" because that's like what we see as soldier height. But then people were just getting killed so much. They had an awful time of it. They were like, oh, we need to get in more men. So they made 3 short battalions for the short kings. And they were like all 5'5" and under.
Yeah, they could run through the trenches with it.
They didn't have to tie no helmets issue. But could you imagine being a German soldier and being caught by the short battalion and they're all like, hi.
That would be devastating.
Hands up, we got all like, it's just the best thing of all time.
It's actually gorgeous. I wish I'd seen them. That sounds
The
adorable.
short battalion, they unfortunately all did die.
Good God.
Yeah. That's a classic war.
I thought you were going to say it's a short story. We have to do a problem from a listener.
I've got so much more to say about World War
I
One.
know you do. And
Just to check, so you in Turkey?
Yeah.
Not you, but like, okay, cool.
Anzac.
Anzac.
The
Oh,
Anzac.
the biscuit. I've had that.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
Can I ask one quick question before we move on to our listener problem? And it's because if I don't ask this, the lesbians will come for us in the comments.
Oh no.
Obviously, you worked with Gillian Anderson.
Oh, yeah.
I guess I should technically ask you, like, by the way, you're so good in Sex Education.
Oh, I think
yeah,
so.
you're
I thought-
so good in
I
it.
will not watch it.
That's fine. Oh my God, unbearable. I wouldn't want to watch myself
Yeah.
either, but you're genuinely brilliant in it.
Okay, good.
So
I trust
good.
the edit, you know?
Yeah.
And you're so good in it.
Okay, wow.
Did you enjoy that?
This is the first I've really engaged with it.
Oh my God, I loved it. And
it's
also,
good.
you were such a treat because, yeah, you were very, very good and such a believable character and a version of something that like we all know. But did you enjoy the job?
What do you mean the version? Because you know who I modelled it on? My brother. That's
No
my
way.
character. I'm like, I'm going to just act like my brother.
Well, I really saw that.
Does your brother know that?
No.
You should not tell him.
No, it's sweet. It's a character
That's
study.
such a funny character study. That's so. And in a way, I'm intrigued to meet him. Is he around? Is he doing a show at the festival?
Yeah, runs a fruit and vegetable shop.
Wicked.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, tell us after where. I'd love to go. I'm going to check him out.
Okay.
Be like, what's your deal? But wait, so did you enjoy working with Gillian?
I did. She's a real pro.
Yeah, I fucking bet she is.
Yeah.
Is she tiny in real life?
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I
always
nearly
are.
broke her. Because there was this scene where they're
I don't
like,
think that made the edit.
I think it did, apparently, because we were coming out of this radio station situation.
Yeah.
And I was supposed to just tap her on the back. And that's when I called a little fella. And I was just, I got a bit too much behind it. And I lifted her off her feet and just moved her forward a little bit. And she's like, and everyone's like, do that again. And she's like, yeah, do it again. I'm like, I don't know.
I don't think we should.
Like it felt,
I bruised someone the other day doing that. I just had to push past them in a doorway, but I was like,
oh, that was a stranger.
one take. Oh no, it was for like a filming for Estebanito.
Oh,
And,
yes, another. Okay.
Yeah, she sent me pictures over the progress of her bruise over like a week. Yeah.
Oh, wow. that's-
Jesus.
I
But I'm
don't,
6'1", I'm quite built. Like
Yeah,
you will be injured around me, and that's not,
yeah, don't take it
I'm like a
personally.
Lenny of Mice
Just be
and
short
Men
king.
situation, just hugging, too hard. Oh, I can't believe you lifted Gillian Anderson with just a tap on the back.
That's a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah, she was great. Professional
Yeah.
in the zone, so
Yeah.
there wasn't a lot of chit-chat.
Would you like to do more acting?
Yeah, look, I don't think there's a lot. I don't have a lot of range. And I am not a stock character, you know what I mean? So I don't know how much is going to be out there for this guy.
Okay.
But
For your brother?
Yeah.
Maybe you guys could play twins one time. Do you look alike?
Jenny's laughing.
Jenny, do they look alike?
All
Gatsby's kind of look
alike.
alike. What a badass thing to say. But also, what a spooky thing to arrive at if you meet your extended family and go, oh, there's 8 of you.
From Tasmania, the gene pool's small.
I hear that. I'm from Ireland. I really get you. Right, let's get into a listener problem. Before we do, what kind of advice giver would you say you are?
A little brutal.
Yeah. Do people come to you for advice?
No.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, here we go.
I thought one of
That's the first, but this is the first I've really acknowledged that.
Well, it's a way to set a boundary, isn't it? Be incredibly brutal and then people won't ask you.
Yeah. I feel like that's
Can
my
I
life's
ask
work.
you some advice?
Yeah, sure.
I need to think of it first.
Oh,
I
sure.
don't want it to be brutal.
All right, here we go. So this is from Kay. Hi,
Hi, Kay.
Okay, here we go. I have suffered from social anxiety for as long as I can remember, and this is particularly triggered when I attend some kind of group class. I find it really hard to join in with others, so if people are talking together, I will just stand on the side awkwardly. I also fear looking stupid in front of others when trying something new. This recently came up when I wanted to try pole dancing again. Any experience with pole dancing?
No.
Yeah, that's okay. Me neither.
Keep going.
Okay. I'd been a few times before a while ago with a friend and it was really fun, but this time I came alone and there were so many people in the class and everyone seemed to know someone else. As there were so many of us, we had to share a pole. Okay. And I just panicked after the instructor showed us the moves we needed to do because I didn't feel comfortable doing this with a stranger staring at me and waiting for their turn. So I just left without saying anything. And now I don't think I can return as the environment just made me so uncomfortable. Do I just need to suck it up and push through and hope I become more comfortable? Or should I try to find another class with just one person per pole? Should I get a pole at home and just use YouTube? Thank you so much for this podcast. This brings me lots of joy. I love you all. Wow.
Oh, so much to unpack.
There's a lot there.
I have experience with the pole,
Oh, you do?
so maybe I should go first. When I was 18, if there was a pole in a
I
nightclub,
need some context. How old are you now?
33.
Okay.
Okay.
Just. It's my birthday 2 weeks ago.
Oh, congratulations. Are we still celebrating?
Ideally, yes.
Okay.
No, it's done.
I-
You have to call it, and it's cold.
Oh.
It's done.
Unkind Catherine.
Sorry.
And I would sometimes dance on it and hope that people thought I had a mysterious past as a pole dancer. I don't know why. It felt important at the time as a teenager.
Did you know how to dance on it?
Not really, but I'm very confident
Yeah.
in those sort of things.
Yeah.
And I've got really big breasts.
Yeah.
And like that will
You tell a story.
distract.
Yeah.
Like
Tells a story.
if I'm 38 double J. So like if they're out, like in general, no
Were they
one's
out?
really. Well, if I could, like they're just like low cut.
Yeah.
So that would be my experience. So I would say definitely K, is it?
Yeah.
I'd say just do that.
I feel like you don't have social anxiety though.
There you go.
I do, and no one believes me.
Because you shout.
Me
at
and
that.
I was telling Catherine this in the car over. I was like, I think I thought of a new bit of stand up because like I literally don't go out. I don't go drinking. I can't handle the groups. Like yesterday was the first time I found myself in like a big group of people outside of a show, and I just like walked off down the road. I was like, I'm just not doing it. And like, but if I say to someone like, oh, I just don't, I'm not gonna like, don't think I'm rude. I'm just not gonna come out this week because I don't want to go and hang out with the groups. It's just too much. They just sort of go like, oh no, you don't have social anxiety. But then when I tell people I'm a compulsive overeater, I'm not binging in front of them,
no,
but they
no.
believe that.
Any words you just said then when you what?
How?
No, say it again. I need to catch up.
Okay.
When you had a
So.
No, I don't need the whole story. Just say the words again. When you had a something.
Oh wait, so I tell someone I've got social anxiety,
Yeah.
and they're like, "No, you don't." But if I say like, "Oh, I've got like," if I'm a compulsive overeater, they go, "Slay 100%."
Right.
So why does no one believe me?
Hannah, it's a trap.
It's not a trap. It's not a
say
trap.
it's
I'm
I
genuine.
think-
This is going to be brutal.
No, what's happening here is not social anxiety. It's group anxiety.
Ooh, interesting.
So it's because the dynamics of a group is so complicated, and you have to keep track of stuff, and you know, it's too much.
And someone always thinks you're being rude if you're not talking to them, or you're ignoring someone, or like.
Do they?
I think
do
so.
they? Do they?
I don't know.
No, you don't know.
I don't know.
You're projecting.
Whoa.
But I don't have a projector.
Oh, see?
I'm projecting.
Yeah.
Maybe wait, group anxiety, social anxiety, is that not the same thing then?
Well, like you're feeling anxious now.
Now I am. Because
Yeah.
we're questioning it.
Well,
But you weren't previously.
No.
So it's like you can be social with a small amount of people that you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I struggle with that.
Oh,
Like this-
that's social anxiety then.
Well, like there's, I guess there's levels. I'm joking. Like this is like also
Fight.
Also, it's just, like I don't think I have social anxiety. I have social confusion. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to be doing, what I'm supposed to be saying, and I'm guessing all the time, and that makes me anxious. But just the idea of talking to someone doesn't, it's just like they're gonna probably hate me anyway. So you just go a little dead inside. And
Is that you projecting?
no, it's just doing math. So the chances are
That someone.
won't like
Won't like everyone.
Yeah, it's just sort of like you just go in with the law of averages. They're probably not going to like me. What are you going to do about it?
That's such a intensely pessimistic view on yourself, though,
Thank
right?
you very much.
Okay, yeah. I mean, it's not an.
But I like you, Hannah.
But thank you. But
You're
a group of people, like a class, doing something new adds a level of,
Yeah.
especially with a bit of a spread eagle happening and the possibilities upside
Yeah.
down on a pole.
Yeah.
That's a level of vulnerability. You probably don't want to be in a social situation doing that.
Can I say, though, I think the context actually skews the opposite way, which is to say that I think people who go to a pole dancing class are more open, more vulnerable, more inclusive, more open-minded than me. Or indeed most people. Like if you're going to a pole dancing class, you probably either have confidence or are looking to engender confidence in yourself. So you're probably going in with a supportive mindset of other people.
Maybe it's like comedy. People think
Yeah.
the comedians are confident.
Yeah. But also, I reckon you need a class with one pole per person, but that's just from my point of view of like hygiene. I think one pole per person is a reasonable rule. I don't want to be sliding down a pole. I don't want to be full stop. Oh God, that even made me feel anxious saying it.
Not
But
even
I
as a
don't-
fireman.
No. Ah, oh my God, the pressure, too much. But this,
getting dressed quickly is the one that I.
yeah, it's never happening. Although I do like the idea of having a uniform, not having to decide what to wear. But listen,
I'll
I
be
think.
running into the blaze with my boots on the wrong foot.
Oh God.
Fucking clown.
No, one person would tell you there's a dog in there and you'd be dressed like that. Come on. I think you need a class with a pole per person so that this isn't an issue. I also think like I've walked out of classes before, as in I've walked out of Pilates classes before when I've gone in thinking like, I'm going to do this today. And then I get in there and go, I'm not in the mental space. I don't want to be in my body. I want to be a floating head today. And then I've left. And nobody else. The thing I will say to you is that in most exercise classes of any kind, people are so focused on themselves because of all the hang-ups and anxieties that causes. They won't even notice.
This is a comforting thing. It's just like there's a good proportion of any group who has social anxiety.
Yeah. And those people are so focused on themselves. There's just no way they're noticing you or remembering you. Do you know, like they're just not.
Yeah.
But also, don't you think this person's like free time and this is a fun hobby, and if it's going to bring you any sort of anxiety, then like go find somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like go enjoy yourself. This is life's
pole
hard
in the
enough.
home.
This is your fun thing. Just enjoy yourself.
Okay, but a pole in the home is a big commitment. A pole in the home is a phrase I didn't think I'd be saying so much today. But a pole in the home feels like a huge commitment. Where are you putting
Get
that?
it professionally installed. Is
Oh,
my only advice.
100%. Yeah, but where are you pushing that?
Middle of the kitchen.
Do you think?
100%. Because
The
that's when you've got
slippiest
the
floor.
most time to kill. Something's in the microwave, something's in the oven, on the pole.
It's not
Time
a bad
is killed in the
logic.
kitchen.
I don't really know. What are we doing on the pole?
What do we do? Spinning, rubbing, climbing, falling.
Thrusting, I guess. You're doing some
Thrusting.
thrusting.
You can thrust on a counter for free.
Have you seen JLo's routine in that film about something else? But we only watched the clip where she does the yeah.
Wait, what? What?
That was such a lesbian nod. That was queer meets queer.
Wait, you've got to fill me in. What is
There's
this?
some film about something, but JLo's a stripper in it.
Made in Manhattan.
No, she does a full pole routine. It's about some Bradley Cooper does something.
Doesn't he just?
But yeah, just Google JLo's pole routine.
I don't know the film,
Fucking
just
hell.
know
You're
the
both
routine.
Yeah, me
really, your
too.
eyes are both lit up in a way that is.
Oh my God, it's phenomenal. So hey, listen, while you figure out where to put your pole, why don't you watch that?
But
I might
think the
watch
main
it
thing
later.
Is like if this is bringing you anxiety and stress, and this is your downtime, this is your fun thing. Like, let it be fun.
But
like, don't-
sometimes anxiety hits you because you're in an unfamiliar environment. So
Yeah.
it's like, maybe try again.
Yeah. At least you know what you're getting yourself into this time.
Yeah,
That's a very
see,
good point.
I like
Give
to
up and
case
run.
a
Give up and
joint.
run. Give up and run.
I know what you mean about casing a joint. I think for like regularity and familiarity is pretty useful. But I do wonder if maybe I'm so the idea of sharing a pole, I don't know why that feels so grim to me. But
Because you're thinking of fluids.
well, I have OCD, yeah.
Yeah.
All I can think of is the sound. You get that like
skin on.
I'm like, a whole room full of that. No, thank you.
They didn't include that in the JLo clip. Maybe that's why they play the music so loud.
Yeah.
Checks out. God, she's good. What a woman.
Also, there's so many other exercise
She
classes.
still
we
does
don't-
Jenny from the looks of it.
I think so, yeah.
You think?
I reckon so. Well, I haven't watched the documentary,
I
but
feel like fame changes you.
Do you?
Yeah. How many times can you marry Ben Affleck and still just be from the blocks?
That's such a good question. Do you think fame's changed you?
Yeah, I'm struggling with it.
Really? It seems awful. No,
Well,
no offense. It seems so bad.
It's weird because it just changes the way people treat you.
Do you think
And
it has...
And I don't like change.
But do you think any of those changes are for the good?
It's probably neither here nor there, but the change itself is,
Yeah.
I find it really hard to adjust to.
Jarring.
So it's like I spent probably 35 years of my life walking unseen into rooms.
Yeah.
And now that doesn't. But now it's like, maybe I'm seen, maybe I'm not. And then at the end of an interaction, someone goes, "Oh, big fan of your work." I'm like, "Oh, I thought we were strangers."
Yikes.
Which is fine. It's fine. It's all
but it's
nice. But it's
hard.
like just that sort of understanding how people see you is weird.
And
It's an
also,
adjustment.
people put a lot more pressure on meeting you insofar as like, it's your time, like you're like having a day, but they're meeting Hannah Gadsby.
Yeah, I work
which is,
very
like,
hard to disappoint people early.
Good for
know?
you. Good for
an
you.
interaction,
Good
just like-
for you.
Sometimes I'll just say, "I don't get any less awkward," and they go, "Oh."
Yeah.
Do you
All
ever
right,
just
noted.
feel like just observed in general? Just those eyes.
Not as much as I probably could be because
Yeah.
I'm a bit oblivious. I can be in my own little world. Sometimes I say to Jenna, I was like, "If I got something on my shirt, people keep looking at me."
And she's like, "You're famous." Remember how you're famous? Were you 35 when you did Nanette?
No, 40 when I did it.
Wow.
40. Wow. I saw it in the assembly.
Oh my gosh.
So good.
Like a tiny room.
I saw it.
You
yeah.
saw it live?
I saw it live in that room and I fucking loved it.
So was that when I had the wisdom tooth impacted? You know, I was doing Nanette when I had the impacted
Holy
wisdom
shit, it
tooth.
must
In
have been.
Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
It was the worst. I was doing that show, which was a horrible show. Well, I mean, it's a great show. Good show. Love it.
But hard to do, I
Shout
imagine.
out to Nanette.
Shout out to Nanette. That's the clip. Shout out to Nanette. We hope she's well. We hope she's thriving. That's so funny.
But yeah, I had to have a Calippo icy pole on stage. So there's just like.
Oh my God.
And then I went to a dentist. I was with Sarah Kendall.
Yeah.
Her dad's a dentist, and he was in town, so we spoke to him.
Oh my gosh.
And then, so he's like, "You've got to get it. You can't. This is bad." And then, so rang up the dentist, and got an emergency appointment. She said, "Oh, the only appointment time we have is 2:30." I'm like,
Fuck off.
I know.
Fuck
And
off.
I laughed. And I
No.
said, "You're kidding me, right?" She said, No, that's all we can offer you, okay? And I'm like, No, it's fine, but 2:30? It's like, yes, it's the only time where she was really angry.
I cannot have heard this for the first time.
I know. And I
What?
felt gaslit. And I'm like, 2:30 is like tooth 30. And she's like, "Oh, we've just got a different sense of humour." And I'm like, "Oh."
Were you
Wait.
like, story of my life?
Is that
Come
on the
on.
phone? I guess we have a distance. Live with the impacted wisdom tooth. It is
You
not
can't
worth
go to
going
those
in.
people. That's like, to me, that's like this dentist has no empathy. I can't go here.
Well, he didn't answer the phone.
Yeah,
It was-
I guess.
But,
Wow.
Anyway, so then he just took it out. Like, I don't remember giving consent. He's just got these big Scottish bare hands and just went in and just removed it like a fence post.
What, with his bare hands?
It just felt like it's just like, you know, like a fence post, and just yanked it out. And it felt amazing immediately.
Really?
Yeah. And then for a day, and then I got dry socket. I don't know if you know about dry socket, but the clot that is healing it drops out. And then that's it. You've just got bone and nerves just out there
Fuck.
to the Edinburgh wind. And so the last week of shows, I was living the misery.
Do you have
Whoa.
like eat and drink on one
And
side?
the floodlights didn't help.
Do you think it made the performance better? No.
Well, more the
I don't know.
the
I think with that
distress
show,
and the distress.
I really
That-
feel like there was a good time to get it, and it was during that show.
That room is so small for that show, though.
Yeah, it was.
Which room at assembly
It's
was
like
it?
50 people.
Yeah, and it was like a lecture hall,
And you
almost
had,
like
everyone
a
had a own
little desk.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
yeah.
We sat at the desks. It really felt
Assembly
like
George Square.
It
In
Yeah.
felt like
outside.
a teacher was going off at you.
it really felt like tutorial time, but like the teacher has brought too much stuff to work.
Yeah, not enough boundaries, teacher.
You know what I mean?
There's so many. When you see a show in one of those rooms that's so good, but like it's too personal to like
So true.
watch. It's
Yeah.
so
it
intense.
felt like someone kicked off at a family reunion.
Yeah.
You know, it was like,
Yeah.
oh,
It was like, it's a
Mum's
bit like
angry.
Well, I feel like, because I'm doing my shows in the Western at the minute, and it has a sort of, as you say, Hello Delegates quality. And it does feel like, yeah, you're supposed to be selling some sort of timeshare, but instead you're talking about your dad, and everyone's like, what? Why? Please stop. Yeah, it's intense. Well, oh my goodness, Hannah Gadsby, shout out to Nanette. What a pleasure to have you. Hey,
treat.
I doubt there's anybody listening who wouldn't be able to find you. But
Well, that's creepy, isn't
I
it?
know, isn't it?
Physically find you.
And I meant what I said.
Well, they know that I'm going to be at the Seal Sanctuary.
Just follow the floodlights. It's fine.
Follow the Cornish Seal Sanctuary, obviously. Always our shout out.
Listen for the sound of rose shooting.
Yeah, follow the kangaroo carcasses
yeah.
like
Oh, Jesus.
Hansel and Gretel.
That's so dark. But wait, where the hell can people see you? Are you going on a European tour? A lot of our listeners will be in the UK. Are you going to be there anytime soon?
Yeah, I don't know if we've announced anything, but there's rumours.
Oh, there's rumors.
There's rumours I might.
All right.
You're going to come visit us, I can feel it.
I reckon you will.
Yeah, maybe just a holiday to see the
Maybe just to
seals.
Cornwall. Yeah, we'll meet you there.
You know, on the way down, we can stop at the Donkey Sanctuary.
Oh my God. How many sanctuaries are here?
So many.
We'll do a sanctuary tour. Of
That would be
UK.
I'd
heaven.
love to take you.
Like an animal hospice tour. That's basically what it is. It's the donkeys and the seals, and there's something else.
Imagine that show.
Those are
Suffering
the
animals.
best too. Which
Okay.
one are you thinking of? The Puffin Island, Lundy?
Is that
Because the puffins are fine.
okay?
They're not
fine.
sick.
All right, they're just
I'm
there.
assuming you want to
They're
see the
just out of
sick
breath.
animals. That was
Oh my
okay.
gosh. Can I just say thank you so much for doing our podcast. We didn't think that you would.
Well, the people who approached us also said, you won't want to do this. And I think I might have a little bit of oppositional defiance. And I'm like, I will.
Yes. That's how we get all of our big guests from now. You'll never agree to this. Only the
hate
brave
them.
do this podcast. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
thank you so much for coming in.
Hannah Gadsby, everybody. Woo!
Shout out to Nanette.